All right, so I'm going to simulate and demonstrate how these batteries work, because I have had a battery like this since maybe like 2 years now. And what I've learned is that the size of the battery, the power that you need is not always known. Like it's a really hard thing to figure out. So first of all, let me get started with, this is not a review of the Bluetti AC180. This is really just a video about batteries in general and how to buy one, because right now there are people devastated by the hurricane, and I think that there's people out there looking for battery backups to help them in emergency situations, but also just on a day-to-day purpose. So when it comes to battery backups, you can purchase these anywhere between, you know, $150 to $2,000. They can go really, really expensive, but finding the exact right one and the right size for your needs is a little bit more difficult than that. So this is how I'm going to demonstrate it, and this is how I learned it. So I'm going to show you something really quick. Okay, so this is a Black & Decker space heater, and it is rated at about 1500 watts. So this needs 1500 watts to run. Now, the AC180 is capable of going up to 1800 watts, and it has a boost mode where you can go higher than that, but I'm not going to talk about that, okay? 1500 watts, 1800 watts. So theoretically speaking, this should be able to power this heater for a good bit. So let's plug it up and let's find out. So the good thing about some of these batteries is you do get AC and you get DC. So this allows you to be efficient with your power usage and production. So, you know, in this particular battery, we're going to turn it on, and I'm going to turn on the AC. Right now I have it on fan, and you see it's only using about 29 watts, right? Now, the next thing you want to see is, like, watch this. I'm gonna turn the heat on low. Now I'm at about 300 watts, okay? Now I'm going to turn it on high. And as you see, it's starting to climb up there. Now here's the cool thing, okay? This is a 1 kilowatt hour battery, right? Or 1,000, I guess you could say, 1,000, whatever. This can power this for 1 hour, if that makes sense. 1 kilowatt hour, 1,000 watts for 1 hour. Pretty easy to do the math there. So let's take that a little bit further. The power goes out at your house, and you need to make coffee, you need to run your fridge, you need to do, you know, basic things that you normally do. And here's an example of an electric kettle, an induction electric kettle that I use when I go camping, or sometimes when I'm making coffee for myself. And I have about 2 cups of water in here, or I don't know. I have it up to the mark where it says 2. I don't know how many ounces that is. But watch what happens when I use this kettle. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. All right, so it is running at almost 1400 watts. It's going to boil this water. It's going to take a moment to do that. But as you can see, I'm using the battery pretty much. Like, I'm using a lot of the battery. And so I wanted to test this. Like, if I'm going camping, for example, and I want to be able to make coffee every day, and I'm going for 3 days, then technically I would need to be able to test running this probably about 6 times, you know, coffee, oatmeal, anything else, like ramen noodles, whatever I want to use this for. That's how you should estimate what size battery you should get. You get all the appliances, everything that you need, and you figure out how long you need to run them for, do the math, and you come up with the battery size that is best for you. Here's the thing, these batteries are not just good for like camping and battery or off the grid usage. This is actually a really good product to keep in your house for everything. So like I said, they range from $150 to $2,000. A $150 version would be something that I would use to maybe keep my PlayStation 5 or my desktop PC on for about an hour or so after it, loses power. Or maybe you want to go a little bit higher than that and you want to back up your internet, your home router, your network, all that stuff that may be powering your doorbell and your security cameras. You want something like this to back everything up and make sure you maintain power, because a lot of times it really isn't about the power outage, it's about the power interruption, and that can create a lot of problems for your network if you don't have the right things in place, especially when it comes to smart home stuff. Like, you don't want your power to get interrupted, and then next thing you know, you can't view your camera in your house that you used to look at your pet. Things like that can be protected with a battery pack, and that's why I think everyone needs a battery pack for their home. No matter what size, you need a battery pack. You know what I mean? So I am going to charge this up for camping, but I wanted to show you how I use it so you can see, okay, it's boiling this water right now, and I'm almost at 24%. You just saw I was at 40%, but just this one action dropped it down about 16% or so. So depending on your needs, you might need a bigger battery. Let me simulate grinding some coffee beans. So I usually grind maybe for about 30 seconds or so, so let me do that. Go. And that barely used any power. So as you see, we're at 23%. I was able to make some coffee, sort of. Didn't really do it on camera. I could also charge all my drone batteries, my headlamps, any of my other camera batteries, all my other electronics. I can even run my small camping fridge off of this. So if you need to get a battery pack, for step one, think about what you need to power. Step two, think about how long you need to power it for. And in step three, do the math and get the right battery size. I have been fighting with buying a battery for months now because I bought a battery that was a certain size and it didn't really last as long as it said it would, because not all batteries are created equal. So that is a topic for another day. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or you want me to do another video or in-depth video, or maybe even a review on the Blue Yeti 180, stay tuned. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay up.